How does Xpeng's design, innovation, iteration match against Tesla? Well, that's what we're going to discuss. I'm here at the Shanghai Auto Show. I've come to the CareSoft booth. CareSoft, you may know, is one of those benchmarking firms. We've seen videos with them in Detroit. They look at Chinese cars sometimes. Well, they look at them a lot more. They're working internationally, and I've had a chance to chat with the engineer. So we're going to discuss some of the design features and genius iterations for both companies. I'm Brian. Welcome to Future Oza. So what we've got here, as you might recognize, is a bare naked Tesla Model 3. Tesla did some things that the competition did not. On this one, it's still, stamped parts in the front, but we do have a large casting in the back. You can see it there. Actually, no, this is still stamped in the back. Unfortunate. I expected a casting here. I do not see one. So I guess the castings are limited to the Y, at least for this particular model year. Yeah, those are all stamped parts. Unfortunate. Well, you know what the castings look like. So what you've got is a decent weight reduction, a decent quality build. But what you've got is space here. You'll notice the headroom in the back, not always great, not always the best, but it's a good design. The battery fits under the floor, all that. You've got this nice lightweight plastic because you've got enough strength in the structure forward from the occupants to ensure that you don't need to go overboard with that. So let's head over here to the Xpeng. They do have a casting, a very large casting in the back. It's thinner and lighter than what you'll see from Tesla's castings. That is something Tesla's working on every day. What you've got here in the actual cabin is, if you look, you'll see that that floor over there is a bit higher for the seat than this, meaning the penthouse that holds the battery management system on Tesla's vehicle is much smaller, kind of non-existent here, and this casting comes all the way up to where your feet are, which is vastly bigger than on the Model Y. And it's thinner, which means it's lighter, which means the strength is there. It is still absolutely robust. You're not going to have a problem with that. What you end up with is a simpler product, easier to build, quicker to build, cheaper to build, straighter, lighter, and very resilient. Now, this is Xpeng, so let's go up to the front here, and we see another casting. They've got a front casting, and a very big one at that. Yeah, you can see it up here, and again, it is remarkably light. Now, I'd asked the engineer, why is this still heavy steel? And he said, because Xpeng wants to iterate quickly, so they're going to get the innovations in that they can, and then work on that one next. We're not going to hold up the entire new product line waiting for perfection.
So this is another example, as I said, the Tesla. Tesla maybe innovate,
Yes.
but the Chinese OEM, they will always innovate, improve, and increase the further. So the Tesla, they use the cowl as two parts. You can see the Xpeng, they integrated as one part.
So these two parts are from the front, from the
The cowl.
Yeah.
The water collector and the cowl and the firewall area. So this has been changed from two parts to the one part, so that it can be, the number of parts is reduced, the design for assembly is easy, the part weight is also less.
So lower part count, quicker installation, cheaper overall, one less place for failure. You eliminated how many clips? A bunch of clips.
Yes.
So it's not even just one part less,
Yes.
it's a bunch of parts less.
Yes. So we are the case of we always do, we are not providing only the database, and we also do the customers on the technology optimization, cost reduction, and the design for assembly, whether you can use the robots also instead of the manpower.
Right.
You can use the number of assembly operations in this, integrate all those things actually. So this is a typical example. You can see it's a cup holder, okay. The cup holder may have a number of parts is more, where holding the cup, if it has a mechanism parts, it has the spring operated system. If it got failure, the entire part has to be replaced. The functions will not be holded. Whereas this is the EPDM, the material PP EPDM, so it can retain the once I put it in the cup, it will extend. Once remove the cup, it will be the elasticity. So it has more flexibility. The number of parts is less, and the very good efficient cup holding.
Yes, because you need that sleeve anyway.
Yes.
So once you've got the sleeve in there, now you can eliminate 2 springs and a clip for every single one.
Yes.
So that's
There is no
lot.
quality issues that you cannot find because it is the natural characteristics of the material. Because of the elasticity, plastic, no quality defects and so on. The customer is happy.
Yes.
Whereas here, like the replacement, the serviceability, all those things.
Yeah, complicated, expensive, prone to failure.
Yes.
Yeah,
And then, right? You
I
may
recognize that. Yeah.
You may already know this. So this is Tesla.
Yes.
So wherever you find the Tesla vehicle, like white painted Tesla vehicle, blue painted Tesla vehicle, black, red, anything, this will be attached to the lamp assembly. So it acts as a reflector, and you can also see all the vehicle painted cars, you will have this black only.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so no need to paint the body shop. It reduces the number of operations here.
Okay.
Whereas here, this is, if I go to the white color car, I need to change, and I need to be painted. If it is a blue color, I need to change, I need to be painted, and there is no reflector also.
Right. So it's only got one purpose,
Yes.
and it's too many steps.
Yes.
Where that is several purposes, and yeah.
only one part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and it do the multiple functions. It acts as a reflector also.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
That's a good one. So you guys can see why I get out to these events. It's where I meet the experts, because these are not things that people would think of on their own.
Yes.
These are not things that engineers would necessarily think of, obviously.
Yeah.
Because engineers made all this stuff.
Yes.
So
So we are not only thinking about like serving a teardown and provide the parts display. We are providing the innovative ideas and in terms of the engineering perspective actually.
yes, a second engineer to review your work and make sure it's up to speed, and also look at what other people are doing that works and what other people are doing that doesn't work.
Everything is working now because the competition is doing all the way. If we could see the European OEMs and the Western OEMs, they all see the competition is China.
Mm-hmm.
So they evolving keep on, right? And the one perspective is like something it's not working on the ideas. Maybe taken a typical example like Xiaomi SU7, it met an accident because
Yes.
of the 12-volt battery bursted. They were not even during the frontal crash. The 12-volt battery has been bursted. That makes a big accident. It got failure. 3 people got lose their life.
I saw that. What was the cause of the failure?
It was like during the frontal crash, there is a 12-volt battery at the shock tower.
Yes.
It was easily approached to the 12-volt battery and got hit. There is there is no protection and packaging was not done.
So the shock
That's what
tower
Xiaomi is climbing actually.
punctured the battery.
Yes.
That's unfortunate. Is that a lack of testing?
Maybe yes, and if everybody think like if Tesla does, okay, we can do it something like. So they were not adapting their own technology on optimization on their vehicle packaging, all those things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they do reverse, but they are on the safety perspective, we have to consider on the occupant safety also as well.
Now, you told me something interesting a minute ago. We were talking about the thickness of batteries under the floor here in China. Who makes the thickest
Thinnest.
battery? Well, the thickest.
Uh,
Well, I mean, you were saying that Tesla is one of the thicker.
Yes, the Tesla. I mean, like when compared with Model 3 Plus, with the Xpeng P7 Plus, Xpeng is climbing the world thinnest battery of 193 mm when compared with Tesla.
Okay.
So it
So-
has a flat thing.
Sure. And then, so that means that the competition really is pushing forward on everything.
Yeah. So because of that, Xpeng is climbing like they are giving a headroom of from the bottom. It's 973 mm. They are giving the headroom also, so you can have a very good headroom space in the car when you feel the comfort.
In a car that's no bigger than a Model 3.
Yes.
What's up with these bumpers? We got something interesting here?
So the bumper side, like we did what they're saying, like they changed from existing design to the innovation from the Tesla. They adopted the Tesla very fast. So the last edition, that was 23, within 1 year they changed the adoption of Tesla immediately. So what the story is behind is the adoption is very fast when the innovation is launched, when compared with the European OEMs or North Western OEMs.
So, are these both Tesla bumpers?
No, this is Xpeng. And
This
is
Xpeng
Tesla.
and this Tesla. So this one I see a lot of rivets, a lot of pieces.
Yes.
Too many pieces.
Yes.
So if you can see this here,
That is what I'm typically claiming. Like they want to introduce the first AI vehicle in the shopping, so
Yes.
they don't want to. They want to test it first AI, and also the first cockpit AI functions and the smart driving with the existing design. So they did not change much on the architecture side. They changed much, and the next gen vehicle will have more innovative ideas.
Now, this is a tricky opinion question. Do you think there are any of the legacy companies that don't understand how threatened they should feel by Chinese engineering?
No, we do not want to decontent anything on the engineer side or OEMs, because everything have a unique design. So
Yes.
we don't want to decontent on that. Like everywhere there is innovation when compared with OEMs and so on.
Because I've met the engineers at a lot of these companies and they get it, but a lot of times I feel like the leadership doesn't get it. That, like at Stellantis, we see them, instead of trying to make great electric cars, they're just trying to partner their way into.
Okay, I'm not sure about on the decontenting side. Maybe I'm not the right person
Right.
to.
He's the engineer. You get the engineering.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Anything that really stands out to you about the Xpeng?
You can see on the charger port area. You can see the charger port area. It is like everybody, once Tesla does, everybody think like, okay, we can go for Tesla adoption. But what is the unique is like, it was a metal there, but Xpeng they changed to plastic. It's again, it's a lightweighting. It can be flexible. So when they adapt from metal to plastic, typically what climbing is like, when they reduce 1 kilogram weight, it saves $5. So wherever the opportunity to change the metal from the plastic, that Xpeng has did.
Anything they can get from metal to plastic to drop the weight, they'll do it.
Yes.
Because it's cheaper to build, but it's also cheaper to operate.
Yes.
over
And
time.
yes, and most of the Chinese OEMs are vertically integrated. That's what like.
And so the Chinese companies are vertically integrated, which is something in the West not many companies are doing anymore.
So they save the cost based on the vertical integration. They made 80% of the parts from in-house.
And is that typical in China now?
Yeah, most of the OEMs like BYD, Xpeng, and most of the leading OEMs, they follow the same.
Wow. Okay, guys. Well, again, this is why I'm at these shows. Thank you so much for your time. Guys, what did we miss? What did we misunderstand? Why are you not here with me? And I'll tell you why. It's because it's a huge pain in the butt. But one of us has to do it, and I'm glad it's me instead of all of you collectively, because that would be too many people to fit in my hotel. But we would try. In the comments, let me know. Thank you again for your support, for getting me here, for subscribing, and all that. So stay tuned, stay juicy, and I cannot wait to hear from you clever robots when I get some sleep.